Hello friends. So in today's video we will be seeing how to do this kind of parametric walls or fins or whatever it is called as for the interior works whichever you do, and I will show you how to do it in a easier way so that you can use it in your projects for the better output. So these kind of forms nowadays are very trendy, and you can use it in a project and invite more opportunities for your projects. So let's start. I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to close this file, new, and save changes. Yes, I'm going to create new. So I'm going to use a large object, centimeters. Open. Okay. So once you have opened the Rhino workspace, what you have to do is you have to go and create a rectangle. So I'm going to maximize this perspective workspace. I am going to take rectangle and I'm going to select this vertical because the wall which we are going to create is in this vertical direction. So I'm going to press 0 in my keyboard so that it will snap to the origin, and I'll enter, and I'm going to use ortho. This ortho will give you the 90-degree orientation of the whatever extensions you're making. So the first point which I need for my rectangle is in the x direction is 500 centimeters. Yeah, once I created that, press enter. After you press enter, it will be asking you for the height. So height I will be keeping it as 300 centimeters, sorry, and enter. So after that you need to select the rectangle, like you have to left click it. Yeah, that's it. The rectangle is now created. After creating the rectangle, what you have to do is you need to create a polyline with respect to the midpoint of the rectangle. So I'm going to take the polyline, click left click, create the polyline, click the midpoint and click this midpoint and connect this, and you can right click so that you are creating the polyline. So this polyline now has to be rebuilt. Right now we have only 3 points where I can able to create more points on this. How you can do it? You can go and do rebuild, command called rebuild. It will give an option with the point count and degree. So degree I'll keep it as it is. The point count whichever it is you want, you can keep it. Right now I'm keeping it as 5, or if you want you can keep it as 6 also. Whatever the requirement you have as per your design, you can do that. Once after that you can press OK. So the curve is rebuilt. Now what you can do now is you can just adjust this curve by selecting each of this point. You can go to the front view and do that, or you can do in the same perspective view also. So front view I am selecting this curve and adjusting the curve with respect to the requirement what I have. So this is how I want. I am making it. So once after editing this curve, you have to create a similar curve. Like how you can do that, you can click this curve and do copy and come down. Yeah, okay. So once after copying it, you need to select that curve. You can adjust this curve also, whatever the way you want it. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this adjustment. Little bit of this curve need to be adjusted, doesn't look that good. So I am adjusting this curve as per the requirement I am having. Okay. Yeah, I think it looks fine to me for right now. Let me little bit adjust it. Yeah, I think it's okay for me right now. I am little bit increasing this and little bit decreasing this. Okay, I'll go to the front view and go to the perspective view. So what we have to do right now is you need to create one more curve in between these two curves. So the interesting option which we can use is twin curves, because copying it won't be the proper mid curve. So instead of that we can use twin curves. Twin curves, what it does is it will twin between two curves. It will give this midpoint. We'll take this midpoint as a reference, form a similar curve in between these two curves. So go to the twin curve, left click, it is in the curve tools, okay, and enter. So you can see you are getting a new curve in between these two existing curve. Right now what we can do after this, you need to select the trim command and select these two curve and delete the vertical layer curve of the rectangle. Yeah, I'm deleting this and I'm deleting this. So we are done with this process up to here. What we have to do right now is we need to create a curve out of it, because our profile is something like that, what we have seen in the initial start of the video. We have created something like this, like the fins comes like that and bend inside and come out like that. So for that, what we need to do, we need to create two curves in this direction and we need to create two curves in this side also. How we have to do is, right now the C plane is in the world top, so you have to go to the C plane and you can take set C plane by 3 points. This option will help you set up your C plane with respect to the direction you have. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to select the first point. I'm going to select the second point. I'm going to select the third point. So the C plane is set. Once after that, you can go to this arc tool and draw the arc, start point, end point arc. Click that. So for when I am drawing this, I can switch off this auto, otherwise it will be snapping it to the 90-degree angle. So I'm switching off that and clicking here and clicking here, and you can just draw a arc like this. One more time, click here and draw an arc like this. Okay, so once it is done, what you can do, you can just click and delete the middle point of the arcs. It's not required. Okay, similarly the other side also you need to do by using set C plane 3 point. Click here and click here. See, the C plane is set now. And go to the arc, click and select, click and form an arc. So this point also you can delete and let this be like this. Okay, so the other once after doing this, you have to set the C plane to the world top. Yeah, we are done with that. So we are doing that. So if you enter zoom, enter, set E enter. If you do that, it will be zoom extend the sketch which we have made. And you can hold shift and right click so that you can pan around. Yeah, so I think we have got the form whatever we required. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a surface out of it. So how am I going to do the surface? So I'll go to the surface tool, and there is an option called sweep to rails. So sweep to rails, what it does is it will take the reference of the two curve, the first rail and this is the second rail. Once after that, it will ask for select sweep shapes. So this is the shape here right now. These are the two shapes which we are giving it as a reference to form in line with the two rails. So I'm going to select this and I'm also going to select this. Once after that, you have to press enter and it will pop up with the dialog box and just give OK. See, you are getting a surface now. So you're not in the shaded mode. I think if you switch on the shaded mode, you will see it properly. Yeah, you are getting a surface through this sweep rail 2 option. After that, what you have to do, you have to do the same process for the bottom two curves also. So go to the surface, sweep to rails, select the first chain edge curve, second one, and select the shapes and select the shapes and enter and go. Okay, yeah, I think we are very good up to here. We are getting the shapes whatever we required. Yeah, good to go. So now we need to create a surface for this empty curves here, right? So what command you can use for that is you can go and use planar surfaces command and select this curve and the curve. It will form the planar surface here. Similarly for the bottom area also I can do select and enter. Yeah, right now we are good up to here. So we are getting the surface which we require to make it as a parametric fins, right? So once after that, what we can do, we can go and type this command called select curve. What it does is it will select all the curves in this model. If you don't want it, you can delete it, or you can just create a new layer and put it in, hide it in the layer box itself. I'm going to delete it right now. Yeah, so now we have only the surface exist in the model. What I'll do is I'll just select all these things and I'll join it, so it will become a single entity. The step after this is we need to create a solid form for this surface, because right now it is like a planar surface. We need to make a solid form so that it will give some appealing look. So I'm going to use this tool called duplicate border from this project curves or control points tool. So I'm going to click that and duplicate border, and to select that and enter. So it will, what it will do is it will be selecting me these borders in this surface. So once after that, what you can do, you can just extrude this curve in the direction which you want to make it look like a solid object. So right now I'm going to use this gumball. We have this gumball, we have this dot, right? If you click that, it will actually extrude it in a particular way, direction which are you have extruding. So I'm going to click that and give 100. See, it's extruding, but what happens here is it is extruding in such a way that the triangle is extruding separately and this curve is extruding separately. But I don't want something like this. I want a straight solid surface to be extruded. For that, what you can do is you can go to the move tool. Here if you extrude this extend this arrow, you will have this option called set XYZ coordinate. If you click that, it will ask you which axis it has to be set. I need it only in Y direction, so what it will do is it will just extrude only in that direction, and I will set my extrusion only up to this much point. Got it, right? We are getting the box out of it. Once after all this, you can click this one and create a cap, or you can just go to the plane and create a plane to close this box. So right now we are good with this form creation. What I'll do right now is I'll just select everything. Before that, one thing is you need to click this extrusion and click this extrusion, and you need to go to the solid tools and right click the merge all coplanar faces, right? So we are done up to here. After that, you need to select these creations and just join to make it as a single entity. See this, it is like closed solid polysurface it will become, right? Then what we have to do now is we need to make some fillet into these edges so that it doesn't look very sharp. So for that we need to use fillet edge in the solid tool option. So go to the solid tools and fillet edges. So the next radius 1 I'll give. Yeah, 1 is fine for me. I'll select these edges and enter. So it will fillet the edges, and you can go to the solid tool and check tools option and check custom. So its density you can just increase it so that it will become a smooth curve. Yeah, and again you can just select use this command select curve and delete the curves which is not required. Right now we got the output overall, and you can just rotate around and check whether it's okay with you or not. Once after you are satisfied with your shape, you can use the command called contour. Contour, what it does is it will create a series of lines out of this solid form in a way the direction which we give. Let me show you how it is working. Click this solid object and enter, and I will select the base point, and I need the contour in this direction. So I'm going to draw a line, in the sense imaginary line in this direction, and I will assign some value to that. So the value will be around 15 centimeters. So 15 centimeters. See, you will get a series of lines in this direction in that shape whatever we have created. So it's like taking a section of every 15 centimeter intersection. It is giving us a profile out of it. So what we can do with this one is right now we can just move this box away and just select only this contour, and you can just extrude this curve. Right now it's in the down direction, what you can do, you can set up the direction. Just click this, select any reference point and click the direction in which particular way you want it to be extruded. See, then it is setting up to this in horizontal right left direction. So now I need to assign a value to this. What value I can give? So with the 15 centimeter every intersection, it is giving this curve. So below that you can just assign that, which is like 2.5 to 3. I am okay with it, so I am assigning 2.5 as the thickness, and it is in both sides. Yes, both side means with reference to the center point, it will be extruding this 2.5 extrusion on both the side, which is like 1.5 on this side, 1.5 on the other side. Yeah, and I'll keeping it as solid so that it will be like a box profile. I'll get it as an output. If you make it as no, it will be like a profile which doesn't have a surface which is to be capped. So yeah, overall I think I'm fine with this, and I'm going to give enter. Yeah, you are getting this, and the curve whichever you have got it out of the contour, you can keep it or you can delete it. You can keep it in a separate layer, you can delete it. It's up to you, and you can delete it. So yeah, right now we are getting the contoured surface parametric profile out of the form which we have created, and you can assign it to different layer. You can also assign some material and give some material to it. I'm going to change the color to brown, something similar to wooden color. Yeah, what you can do right now is you can go to the Arctic or rendered view. I'll go to the rendered view. Yeah, see how good it is looking, and I'll make this turntable option so that it will rotate. Nice, no? So you can use Rhino for creating these kind of items for your interior design, wherever you wanted to make your design stand out unique from other options. You can create similar kind of these designs for the projects you work on. It will be very interesting. So that's all about it, guys. So we'll see it in next video with some interesting topics. Thank you for now. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to watch out for similar kind of videos in the future. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.